Welcome to CFC Fan TV. It feels like ages since I last saw you. I've been covering a lot of big issues concerning Chelsea on a podcast that I do. So I thought the best thing to do is film the podcast, and I thought now what I could do is give you a highlights reel, show you some of the best bits. Do me a favour, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up just so I can monitor it, and if you like this, obviously I can do it again, and if you don't, you'll never see it again. If you want to hear more, the link to the podcast is in the description. Go on, you Blues. As soon as that game's finished, all eyes will turn to the Premier League season because it'll be back.
It is back.
It's back.
I kind of like the international break in that it gives you a break from the Premier League and club football, which is pretty relentless, I find. So if you have a week's break, you're like, take a breather. You're more excited to get back into it, and now you're like, North London derby, we're back in it.
To a degree, the only reason that I would say it's a problem is because Chelsea had, just before the international break, Chelsea had a great result against Manchester United.
Bit of momentum.
Yeah, we've been struggling for momentum massively.
Who have Chelsea got this weekend?
West Brom away. I'm
fine.
and I'm confident.
You're fine.
Do you think?
Pulis is in trouble. I think they're on a terrible run at the moment. But yeah, I think you'll be fine in that game. You've got nothing to worry about.
I hope you're correct, but we've had some dodgy results. We've been all right away from home actually, but we have had some dodgy results, and I felt that off the back of that Manchester United home win, we could have really, used it as a springboard. And I worry that the international break could. I mean, I'm kind of exploring the worst possible outcome here, but I worry that the international break could have just shaken that momentum a bit.
Here's a bit of a weird one at Chelsea, because I understand what you're saying, but even after that win, there was obviously a lot of talk about Mourinho, Man United, blah, 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 but a lot of talk was still the question marks over Conte and what's going on, because obviously he dropped David Luiz for this game.
But nobody
why did he drop David Luiz? Emanalo left, and it was like, what's going on at Chelsea?
But that was a huge... I mean, look, nobody knows what goes on in the boardroom at Chelsea, but I think Emanalo leaving the club actually... I think it's a good thing for a lot of reasons, but with regard to Conte, I think it's a really good thing because I think it's a club backing Conte.
You think that's?
I think it's the first time that the club have sided with the manager over Michael Emanalo.
I thought he quit Emanalo, or was that just the public?
I imagine. It's was he pushed or
jump before he was pushed?
Jump exactly.
What's exactly is going on with Conte? Because it always seems like at Chelsea there's. If a manager, I mean, it doesn't seem to work for any manager, but especially if a manager comes in and they're a bit more authoritarian, they want to stamp their mark on everyone, be a bit of a dictator like Mourinho, like Conte, it doesn't work out because there's too many other people in power brushing up against each other.
I think that's a fair appraisal. I'd like to think that it's different this time. I think in Antonio Conte, I genuinely believe it is, and I think Michael Emanalo leaving will be an example of that. But I think that hopefully the club have learnt from past mistakes. And we have to now do anything. I mean, do whatever it takes to keep Conte. Like anything. Like, you know how much I love David Luiz. Like David, I love David Luiz almost as much as I love anyone. Wow. He's an incredible man.
Your own mum.
He's
up there.
He was part of a team. He played in the Champions League final on one leg for us, and we won it. Right, I love the geezer. I think he's a wonderful man, brilliant for the team spirit, and I think he should be captain of the club.
Yeah.
There was talk of a rift, Conte versus Luiz.
Yeah, Luiz questioned his tactics or something.
This is it, Adam. And for me, if there's a fight between those two, despite how much I love David Luiz, there's only one winner, and it's Antonio Conte. I think Chelsea should do anything, like absolutely anything, to keep Antonio Conte happy.
Is he gonna stay there long term, regardless? No one at Chelsea seems to stay more than 2-3 years. He's not going to be there more than 2-3 years.
No, I don't think he'll be there more than 2, 3. I think 5. I'd put him on a 5-year contract now. I think let's get him tied up. But we need a bit of continuity. I don't necessarily agree. Yeah, we need a bit of it. Don't get me wrong. I don't necessarily think you have to have, the days of Fergie and Wenger and that. I don't think you need that anymore. I think you can have short-term impact managers who come in, do a wonderful job, win a couple of trophies, and off they go.
Would be good to have someone in who's got a bit more of a vision though, and they can do that over 5 years, bring through young players.
Yes. And he is very much the man to do that. Like Antonio Conte is absolutely the man to do that, and I think that we need to do whatever we can to keep him at the club. We've had a bit of a rough time of it in terms of the people who we love have been ushered. Lampard was sort of ushered out the back door. Ashley Cole, we never said goodbye to him. Players like Ramirez, who I had a real affection for.
What happened with Lampard? Because we went to this little event, didn't we? This Adidas thing.
We did.
With Lampard.
We did. That was good.
But he sort of said something there where I think it was your mate Olivia who asked him, how did you feel scoring against Chelsea at Man City? he sort of said then, it wasn't up to me to leave Chelsea. I wanted to stay, etc. Was it the fact he just wasn't offered a new contract? Should they not have moved him upstairs almost, taken on a
They should have given him. They should have given Frank Lampard at the time. Should have been given a 5-year deal, despite how old he was. Frank Lampard needed to be. His relationship with Chelsea needed to be preserved at all costs. Frank Lampard needed to be around Chelsea Football Club for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
Whether that was in the first team is a different debate, but should he have been at the club? 100%.
Yeah, keep him in there.
One of your most favourite of all sons is potentially coming back to Tottenham. Have you seen that? Bale?
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. He's probably going to leave.
They want to sell him. Madrid want rid of Bale.
This is the news doing the rounds, yeah. So apparently he just got injured on Wales duty. I think he did his calf.
Yeah. And
I think it's something like, since he joined Madrid, that's his 25th injury. So he's only played something like 55% of the games that he could for Real Madrid.
Right.
So Real Madrid are apparently fed up now. They're going to chuck in the towel, cut their losses. Gareth Bale is apparently going to be up for sale next summer because, he's 28. I think he'll be 29 next summer. Now, this is the last summer you could probably sell him for a huge fee, maybe something close to what they bought him for, because he's still got that reputation. Spurs apparently could be back in for him. I don't think we'll actually be able to afford him. Manchester United, I've no doubt will be in for him because with Ed Woodward at the helm, they're always looking for that marquee signing. But they were saying in the Spanish newspapers, Chelsea apparently might try and get him. Would you like to bring him to Stamford Bridge if you get your hands on him?
Gareth Bale? Yes, mate.
Despite that injury record, he's probably not the player he was when he joined Madrid.
Gareth Bale is an incredible player, and on one of our wings at the moment, we have a bit of a problem because.
Who plays on the left? Well, you got Hazard.
Well, no, Hazard's over that side. So you can. Yeah, there's. It's a good problem to have, isn't it? But the problem position for us at the moment is the other side because Pedro's found a bit of form more recently, but Pedro and Willian have not been playing to the standards that they should be, and in particular here, Willian's been poor.
Yeah.
Like really poor.
So Gareth Bale on the right, cutting on that left foot.
Well, Gareth, look, any club who had the potential to sign Gareth Bale would be over the moon at that. He's such a good player.
You do wonder though if he is, maybe with a different medical team, it might be different. I don't know, but yeah, missing 50% of the games for injury.
I know, but they seem to. They run players
cost.
ragged, Madrid, don't they? Like if you look at the boy that went to Madrid and you look at him now, he's all bulked up. He doesn't seem to be of his normal stature, which is going to put huge amounts of pressure on his muscles. And I think somebody like Gareth Bale, just let him do what he's good at. Like let him be skinny and peg it down the wing.
Yeah, I wonder if he's, trying to compete with Ronaldo in that sense. He's obviously went there to try and not be the heir to the throne almost, but I wonder if his team. I suppose you could say his time has definitely been a success because the first season he won the European Cup.
Oh yeah, mate, look at the trophies.
You can't argue with that, but at the same time, I don't want to say he hasn't lived up to his potential, but he maybe hasn't quite.
He hasn't lived up to his potential because his potential means that he should be like Gareth Bale, the player that I remember at Tottenham, should be in the conversation when people have the conversation regarding
top 3-4 players.
Maybe not Messi, Ronaldo, maybe not in that conversation, but definitely in the next conversation. The Neymars, the Suarezes.
So obviously, everyone used to compare him with Neymar because they're at Barcelona, Real Madrid, and now it's kind of like
it's not a fair comparison anymore. No. But it should be, and therefore, simply with that justification alone, I don't think he's lived up to the potential. But if he were to leave, go to any Premier League club,
definitely be mentioned. I'd love to have him back at Spurs, but I don't think Spurs are not going to pay 80-odd million for Gareth Bale. They can't afford that, I'd say, with the new stadium, etc. Probably going to be Manchester United.
Well, also it felt like he was in. He was the heir to Ryan Giggs' throne at one point. It felt like that was the move for him, the Manchester United move.
I'd love to have him back, and I think there's like an emotional sort of mindset to having him back. Be fantastic, but at the same time,
he must be the best player you've ever seen at Tottenham.
Apart from Harry Kane, of course. I love Harry Kane more than Gareth Bale.
Really?
Yeah, and I think, as good as Gareth Bale is, it's all about Harry Kane, isn't it?
Yeah, and I reckon when Harry Kane leaves and goes to Real Madrid, he'll probably.
We'll see. I don't think that's happening. But I think Gareth Bale to have him back would be fantastic. But at the same time, he's 29, got a very patchy injury record now as it stands. Is it worth ploughing 8 million into that as a club at Spurs? You've obviously got a very clever transfer strategy. I'd say probably not. So as good as it'd be to have him back for like heart reasons, the head says probably not.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why Ramirez will forever be one of my like favourite Chelsea players, because every now and again he just cuts someone in half.
Oh yeah, but that's why everyone used to love at Spurs. What was his name? Palacios.
Oh yeah. From Wigan he was.
Yeah, but in hindsight you're kind of I think you need a little bit more guile to.
Yes, yeah.
Someone like Dembele can do that job, but also take out about 4 players.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So anyway, you're hearing this now about my Opta stats, but you know all about this really as my gaffer.
It's true.
Adam is my gaffer. I play for London City. Anybody who's ever listened to this podcast before will definitely know about this because I bring it up every possible episode, and it's a league that I take incredibly seriously. It's a league that I love, and I play central midfield occasionally, on the wing occasionally.
It's difficult because
on a 7-a-side league that takes place in Tottenham on a Thursday.
Yeah, it's great fun. It's set up with we play with #United, which is obviously Spencer's team.
Spencer's team,
#Academy, which are the young, really good young players.
Never do I feel more old than a game against #Academy.
They've got this guy, Daniel Adji, who's their striker, who's also part of the Adidas Glitch squad or something. Yeah. I think he's 18, 19.
Is that all he is? God.
And he's,
what chance have we got, mate?
He embarrasses every single defender.
Do you know who I find very good in that team, that #Academy team?
Go on.
Centre half. They call him Stampy?
Marcus Stamp. Incredible.
Yeah, Stampy, very good player.
As well. But it is, I find it difficult because, technically I'm the gaffer, as you said. But
not technically the gaffer, you're the gaffer.
Yeah, but it's difficult for me because I'm not. 7-a-side is quite difficult because it's not a type of football I played for. I played 11-a-side, played 5-a-side. 5-a-side, I'll stick this guy here, I'll stick this guy there. 7-a-side is a bit difficult because it's actually like.
No, you need tactics. You need proper tactics.
Not man management, but the way our team is working at the moment, so it's 7-a-side, but you're allowed 10 players. And we usually get 10 players down every week. But we only have, I think we've got one proper defender, which is myself, who calls himself a defender by trade. And I think we've got about 4 or 5 attacking midfieldish sort of players.
Yes,
so it's difficult to fit everyone into like the team and try and get them.
No, it's tricky.
We usually play you on the right.
Yes, usually on the right.
Yeah,
and I think me on the right, and then it would be depending on who's around. I'd be on the bench. It would be Lawrence or Dom. Me, Dom, and Lawrence McKenna.
We try and play a 2-1-3. We try and play a front three to stay on brand with the podcast. But usually in midfield we try and have one guy, Aaron, who covers the whole pitch.
He's good at football, man.
Yeah, but I appreciate your skills. This season you've shown. You've got the assists. How many goals you got? You got a lot of goals as well.
Who's counting, Adam? Maybe 5. I don't know. Who's counting?
Who did you score that chip against?
Copper 90.
Have you mentioned that on here already?
Probably. I imagine that everybody.
There was one fantastic chip. I was like, it was like sort of looped off Roy's foot into that. I was like, it must have been a deflection. No,
there was no deflection.
Only on the replay did I appreciate. Oh yeah, it's actually
no deflection. Just chipped him. No, it was. That was really good fun. Right. There we have it. I really hope you enjoyed this style video. Please do me a favour, comment, let me know if you do. Also, just give it a thumbs up if you like it. So, we can do this more often. I'm going to be doing the podcast every single week now. So, if you like it, I can keep recording it and keep putting it up. And if you don't, you will never see it again. Really do appreciate you watching it and really, really keen to hear your feedback. Let me know what you think. Go on, you Blaze.